Oh yeah, I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as the nice guys on business. This intro was sent in by a listener, Mohammed Shakiba, and is in Farsi. Fortunately, I speak fluent Farsi and would be happy to translate.
موفقیت اتفاقی نیست. صبر، تلاش و نایس گایز آن بیزینس باعث رسیدن شما به موفقیت میشوند.
Mohammed said, success does not happen by chance. Patience, effort, and nice guys make you to be successful. I'm not sure he's listening to the same podcast that I am. Need an education on how to grow your business? The nice guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Hey, nice guy community, welcome back. This is Strickland Bonner. I know you love the sing-song, Doug, so we're going to do a little sing-song today. Hey.
Hi, I'm Doug Sandler. I'm going to interrupt you for a moment. I used to know a sales guy that was like so sing-song, and whenever he got on the phone, it made me ill to think about him on the phone with prospective clients.
Yeah? It was almost disturbing because it was distracting because it was
almost
sing-song?
Almost disturbing because it was it was distracting to me as somebody else that was sitting in the office next to him and thinking, that just sounds like it's a whole bunch of horse shit and nobody's going to be believing anything he's saying.
Well, it's very interesting that you bring that up, Doug, because this week we actually have a theme to our 3 episodes. We're doing a relationship theme. And I think that...
Wait, we've done something organized?
I know, right? Crazy, right? I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's supposed to be a theme. I don't know if we'll stay on it tomorrow, but you never know until we actually get there. We'll see. But
3 days in a row theme.
Right. So think about how that affects a relationship. If you've got a sales guy that's, hey, is talking like this, and I'm the big sales guy, you're going to turn a lot of people off immediately. And that is going to be their impression of your company, and you're going to lose those relationships.
I think you just have to know what your limits are, what you're not good at. And if one of the things you're not good at and you think that you're good at it is like phone sales, somebody's got to do an analysis of you quick.
Well, but it sounds like with this guy, maybe he thought he was good at it. I think not only knowing what you're good at, but self-awareness is the first step of that. Like if you're really not self-aware, I mean, you and I know some people in the business who shall remain nameless, who think they are amazing at everything. And they've been in the business, whatever business it may be, for a number of years. And no matter what you say to them, they're never going to believe that there's something they're not that good at. And so it doesn't matter. They're not self-aware, so they're not going to change.
I don't know. One of the things that I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but I've noticed it when I go to the bank now. Mm-hmm. I belong to one of the big box banks called Wells Fargo, rhymes with Wells Fargo.
And when sounds like Wells Fargo. Actually sounds exactly like Wells Fargo.
Move your bananas to the conveyor. You go to the self-check aisle at the store ever, or do you use a cashier?
I do both. Why?
So when you go to the self-check aisle, it's like, I think that they got the guy that's monitoring the right. 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever it is, self-checkout things. And when you type in the code, if there's not a code, mm-hmm. It'll say, move your bananas. And the word bananas is really loud. like they
move your condoms to the belt.
Yeah, maybe that's what
move
it is.
Move your KY lube to the belt. Move your hemorrhoid cream to the belt. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but I think that those actually have a barcode on them, so they don't actually get you. It's any of the ones that you have to enter in.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is a very small difference in numbers between organic and non-organic items when you're in the self-checkout area. I think the organic one, it starts with a 9 and the other ones don't. And, there's going to be people that are going to want to cheat their way through that. But no, I'm not that guy. I just want to let you know, I am very honest when I go to the self-checkout aisle. Even in where the county that I live in Montgomery County, Maryland, you actually have to pay for the bags too. They charge you a nickel a bag. So it's not a nickel bag. So that's a whole different thing.
Funny. I didn't even think about that. That's
but you pay a nickel for the bag. So when you check out, I don't even know why I got off into this tangent. But anyway.
I was going to say 4 minutes into the podcast and we were completely off the rails already.
That's all right. That's all right.
Doug,
So
why don't we come back to the promise statement? That might focus us a little bit more because we missed that last episode.
Let me read the promise statement, and then I want to get back to the teller thing because I think it's an important point about people being so canned. Mm-hmm. So anyway, the Nice Guys promise statement is right here, and if you miss it at all, because it's going to be fast, it's going to be in the show notes. Nice Guy community, our goal is to provide the most entertaining podcast experience ever. Period. Hold us to that standard. The way to do that, reach out to us at DJ Doug is my handle. That guy over there, Strick, he's at Nice Guy on Biz, and add to the conversation. Join our Facebook community. It's the Nice Guys community. The link will be in the show notes also. But if you cannot remember where to find it, it's at niceshortcut.com. Take a moment. If you're reviewing us on Overcast, just click on the show art right behind the show art. There's a little button that says recommend. Go back to all the episodes, please, and go ahead and click on those. We really, really need your help on Overcast, but we also need it on iTunes too. So if you don't subscribe on iTunes, could you just go over there just for a second? Hey, I see you. I see you with your iPhone. I know you're listening. 85% of you, almost 90% of you are listening on Overcast. You know what that means, Strick, don't you?
That means they got to have Apple products.
They have an Apple product. So thank you, iPhone lovers. I am a lover of iPhones as well. But just go over to iTunes and go ahead and subscribe there. Okay.
Because you need to have both. You need a backup. So are we still number 3 on Overcast?
I could check while I have you on the phone.
No, it's all right. We can keep moving on. I don't want to slow us down. We can check it for the next episode.
So let me get back to this for a second. Because
the teller's the bank.
Yeah, Wells Fargo does this new thing now. I don't know if it's new, but it certainly is new to me. I was never a guy until I got into probably into my mid 40s. I never even used an ATM. I would always go to the tellers because I like the tellers. Mm-hmm. But they started automating everything. Like you still have to use your ATM card when you go into the inside and talk to the tellers as well. I don't know why, but yeah. So instead of asking you for ID, they just swipe your card, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I swipe my card. They've gotten to a habit now of every time I swipe my card, I guess my information or my account number comes up, and they have this tricky way of asking me, "Oh, Mr. Sandler, we see you have such and such an account. Have you thought about talking to one of our counselors about, or there's a special for you, or there's a promotion for you, or how about this for your mortgage, or how about that?" I'm like, you know what? I just want to cash my fucking check and get out of here.
Banking has become a commodity and it's become a sales thing. And I know that their recruiting actually has moved away from, just finding
friendly people into something else.
No, it's moved away from trying to find people that know accounting or know banking and into people that are salesmen. I mean, they're trying to sell products. That's and I'm with you. I freaking hate it. I mean, I don't want to go into the bank anymore because I don't want to hear that crap.
Well, I would be okay with having a sales lesson given to me or giving a sales approach if they didn't charge me for every fucking thing that I'm doing at the bank. Oh, okay. Yeah. If they didn't charge me $10 a month for my account when it goes under $2,500. I mean, who the hell keeps $2,500 in their checking account anyway?
Well, I mean, I don't know that in my bank. Maybe you got to look around for a different bank. I mean, I've been with Capital One for a lot of years, and again, big box bank. I mean, they don't get much bigger. Yeah. And if I do a single direct deposit in a month, which I do, I don't know, maybe you don't do, there's no charge for the account at all. And I don't know. There's not much of anything else.
I would do direct deposit if anybody that actually paid me would pay me in direct deposit. I would have no problem with that. But everybody seems to want to give me a paper check, so I don't even go into the bank anymore. If I can avoid it, I don't go into the bank. I don't know. It's just me.
I'm with you, and I think these banks are trying to make sales, but they don't realize that they are really turning people off. The other thing is, there are online banks out there now, and I can't think of any of them now, but they advertise and they say, "Look, we're the bank just like everybody else, and we have ATMs just like everybody else, but we have no branches." And I think about a branch, right?
Yeah.
You got a single branch.
Think about how much money that costs.
Right. I mean, the number of people that they need to hire for 8 hours a day over the course of the day, it's got to be incredibly expensive. And I think about Capital One, right? I mean, there are probably, 10 or 15 branches within an hour of me. I'm paying for all that, right? I mean, ultimately, we're paying for all that.
I don't like banking, and it reminds me, I'm sorry, I have not opened up that checking account yet. I told you I was going to.
You don't have a checking account?
No. I was going to open up a Nice Guys on Business checking account.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's not use Wells Fargo because they're not going to charge us, but we'll figure it out.
No, I'm going to try to find an online only source for banking. I want a bank that accepts credit cards, that lets us pay through direct pay or electronically or whatever it is. I want to be able to write checks or do electronic drafts or however we can do it. But we don't need a branch, right? Do you need to go? You don't.
No,
right.
I want to be online. I want to be cheap.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I'm glad you brought that up because we have bills to pay now.
So we have a sponsor. Wait, did we read the promise statement?
Segue, but I guess that was kind of too vague a segue. But yes, Mantra Munchies is our sponsor today. And, so, technically the ads are paying the bill. So yes, let's talk about Mantra Munchies.
So did you know that Mantra Monkeys?
Okay.
Did you know that they were gluten-free, dairy-free, organic, and raw?
I knew that, but I don't know if our listeners knew that.
I dated a girl like that in college once that was gluten-free, dairy-free, organic, and raw.
But I bet she didn't taste nearly as good as Mantra Munchies.
No, she was not sweet or creamy.
By the way, Mantra Munchies, this is not the family-friendly version of our ad that we created for you all.
I thought when we promised Kendall we were going to do the family-friendly version, I thought that was just going to be the pre-recorded one.
We did, and we gave her that one, and then that's right out the window, and we are no longer family-friendly because we are sometimes. No, we're really not anymore.
No, fuck it. It's the you make, no bake, dry mixes. Can we talk about those for a second?
Well, that's the stuff that I love is we got the mixes, they got the sauces, and it's, again, you said it, it's all really healthy, but what's great is it tastes really good. It's not just, okay, it's healthy and it has no taste no, it's delicious.
No. I am agreeing with you 100%. I want to be my own modern day Betty Crocker. I'm just going to mix it. I'm going to roll it and I'm going to eat it. I'm going to make it, no bake it. I love that.
No bake.
No bake.
Is that like a problem to have stuff baked? Because I know they talk about this is all raw ingredients. I guess when you cook ingredients, it cooks, depending on the ingredients, it cooks a lot of the nutrients out of them. So I guess that's why they push the whole raw ingredients. And look, I used to eat raw cookie dough all the time. I still eat raw cookie dough all the time. But their Goaty OG cookies and their Hempy Fudge Brownies and their Chia Chocolate Coconut Clusters are really good.
Oh,
and they're meant to be eaten raw.
Hempy Fudgy Brownies. The Chia Chocolate Coconut Clusters. Oh my gosh. They are so good. Oh, it reminds me of that Bryce Harper Chia Pet that I have downstairs. That thing is still not fucking growing yet.
No, and then they've got the sweet and creamy hot and the sweet and creamy cold. The sweet and creamy hot is like, instead of putting creamer in your coffee, that most creamers, sometimes it's half and half, but really it's usually just chemicals and shit, it's just, bleh, and tons of sugar. The sweet and creamy for hot, it is sweet and creamy. There's no sugar. They use organic coconut milk and true food prebiotics. It's delicious.
Have you ever looked at like the ingredients of like, Captain Crunch?
Oh gosh, no, it's so dangerous. It's scary. I mean, if you look at it, you'll never eat it.
Captain Crunch, I would go for the delicious category, but it feels like I've eaten sugar for breakfast.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true.
No. We don't want to do that.
No, you want to go to mantramunchies.com and go order your snacks there. You need to try it once, at least, listeners. If you haven't, mantramunchies.com, tell them the nice guys sent you. It's so good. You have to try them.
No, I'm in. You count me in. You might need Mantra Munchies to get you through.
I know, through my next couple of days in Las Vegas. We haven't even mentioned that. If anybody didn't listen to the podcast yesterday, I am in Las Vegas right now, staying at Caesar's Palace, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. And again, they are not a sponsor today, so we're not going to talk about them anymore.
Hey, maybe Kendall could overnight you like a small like survivor pack of Mantra Munchies.
That's a great idea, except the problem is this episode is not going to air until next week when I'll be home already.
You think we want me to try to get her on the phone?
Sure. Why not? What the heck?
No, I think that she would probably be disturbed if we called her at home right now.
That wouldn't be nice. No, we're not going to.
So mantramunchies.com. If you don't have that ability to get to them right now, just wait till you get home and you can click on the show notes and you can just click right there on Mantra Munchies. Order a bunch of them. As a matter of fact, what's the one that we have? The Nice Guys. What was it?
The Goaty OG cookies, the Nice Guy Richer Edition.
Oh my gosh.
So
how crazy is that? We have a food product named after us.
Absolutely. I love that.
All right. Go to it. mantramunchies.com. Thanks, Kendall, for being a sponsor. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What were we talking about? Did we get past the bank tellers?
I think we're done with the bank tellers because we're going to have Sunny Lake on and we got to talk relationships, right?
Oh, geez. Okay, let me get, hold on a second. Let me get Sunny on the phone. While I do that, do you want to talk about anything like any things that you're winning?
Let's see. I played in a poker tournament earlier. I got knocked out, so I didn't win there.
How does that work exactly?
So you got what's called cash games where you go in and you've got cash money and you play as long as you want, or you leave whenever you want. Other ones, which are tournaments where it is a structured thing and you have a specific buy-in and you pay this amount of money and you get a certain number of chips and you keep playing until there's only one person left. And
have you ever won one of those big tournaments?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't won like really monster big ones. At the Taj in Atlantic City one time, I came in second in one where I won about $1,100 for like a $40 buy-in.
That's a big payday.
It was really nice. It was like a $40 buy-in and I won like $1,100. And, I used to play online a little bit when it was legal then. And I did win one there that I won for like,
is it illegal now?
It is in the United States. They're working out all of the legal stuff and trying to get it legalized online again, but it's not right now. So I don't know.
Let's see if we can get Sunny on the phone, and she's ready to talk to us. But let's see if she's ever been to Atlantic. Ever been to? I bet she's been to Vegas.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. I can't guarantee that she has, but she probably has.
Oh, she totally has. Sunny would remind me of that. She probably goes to the strip clubs in Vegas.
Me?
Yeah. Do you?
No.
You've never been to a strip club in Vegas?
No.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding.
Sunny Lake,
have you been to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas. I'm actually going in a couple weeks. I've been to a burlesque show.
Okay.
What does burlesque have to do with anything in Las Vegas?
Because it's like you asked about strip clubs. It's halfway to a strip club.
Yeah. It's, it's a little bit more arty.
So where are you staying when you go to Vegas? I'm there right now, Sunny. I'm staying at Caesars right now.
I will be at the Wynn Encore.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Very
My wife and I stayed there. They have a great spa there, Sunny.
I am very excited. I am there for a conference for 2 days, and I wish I could stay a little bit longer, but I'm going in early. I have to fly out, which this is going to be so stupid, but I have to fly out at like 6:30 in the morning on Wednesday to be at a meeting in Seattle. I think I might just pull an all-nighter.
Yeah, why don't you? Well, wait a minute. Can't you just beg out of that meeting in Seattle?
No, I've already been called out on it. They said, "Oh, well, perfect. You'll be back in time for the meeting." And I went, "Oh."
No, how do you do on no sleep? I'll tell you, when I get like 22, 23 hours, my body really starts to rebel against me, and I start to go into this panic mode where I don't think I'm ever going to be able to go to sleep.
Oh, it's going to be ugly. I am not making any promises of high functioning at the meeting or anything. It's not going to be good. Maybe I'll take a little disco nap on the plane or something, but I will probably need some sort of assistance in getting to sleep once I get home.
Sonny, what's a disco nap?
Yeah, what's a
nap?
Those like little naps you take before you go out and party?
Why is it?
Or like on my...
it's called a disco nap because you take a nap before you're going out to the disco.
Yeah, but I am taking this to go to a meeting, so I guess I could call it a meeting nap.
Hey,
but disco nap sounds way better.
Sunny, do you have, you're on your computer right now, right?
Yeah.
Do you have access to the internet?
Of course.
Okay, of course you do.
I don't live under a rock.
No, I know. Go to this one. And she's going to love that I'm calling around here. Go to sweetjumpsuits.com. Just go to sweetjumpsuits.com. I met this woman online. It sounds
terrible. Like what website was that?
I saw you tweeted her.
So
oh my God.
Sweetjumpsuits.com. All right. So originally
Join our jumpsuit lovers list.
Yeah. So nice guy community. If you have not had a chance yet, you've got to. And they're not sponsoring the show, and I'm not promoting their products. Although I am because
they have a purple one.
Oh, they have. Okay,
Quintana purple.
So sweetjumpsuits.com. Nice guy community. If you have a moment, go there on your iPhone or whatever other inferior product that you're using.
Oh my God, they have a Super Dave one. Oh my!
Yeah, they have some really cool.
And Mindy.
So I got online. So yes, Sonny's like hashtag buy all the things.
Oh my God,
so I met rats. I'm blanking on her first name. Susan.
She emailed me earlier about getting jumpsuits. I'm talking to her about getting some from my girls.
So I met Susan on Twitter, and I was first thinking that I have my my sales process also. I have a sales cycle. Part of my sales cycle is prospecting. So I go through and I see who would be an ideal candidate. Mantra Munchies
would be an ideal candidate for a jumpsuit.
Yeah, yes, totally. So anyway, so I'm perusing Twitter and I come across sweetjumpsuits.com and I'm first looking at it, I'm like, this is a joke. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, holy shit, this business has been around since like 1922. Yeah. This isn't a joke. And then I'm like looking at the jumpsuits that they have and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I got to have one of these. Mm. So
I have long torsoed. So I feel like I don't know.
They offer that though. You can do that. No, they have short, regular, and long.
Yeah, you can get sizes. So I'm a 42 long. So I ordered a 42 long for me. I ordered a 42 long for Strickland, and Strick. And then she emails or tweets me back and it's like, anybody else that you want one for? And then I thought
they have lady sizes.
They have lady suits, lady jumpsuits also.
Okay,
so
I'm getting one.
I think they do. So anyway, Susan, we're going to hit her up to be a sponsor on the show at some point, and she's probably listening to this episode and saying, "Holy crap! I've just gotten 46 seconds of time on the Nice Guys on Business podcast, which is actually no big deal." But Susan, if you actually become a sponsor, we will promote you a lot, and we will sell a lot of jumpsuits for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why I said that. I just thought it was. I don't know why I say most of the things that I say.
True.
Well, no, I noticed that in a tweet. I was like, I wasn't even going to ask about the jumpsuits. I'm like, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Oh, when I was talking to her on the guy community? Yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. So, Sonny, we wanted to talk to the theme this week is relationships. So we want to talk about, I know that you are a master relationship builder starting from square one and, you're great at networking and that. But how do you as an entrepreneur and somebody that manages an office of a whole bunch of real estate agents, people have different levels of how they are able to like start relationships and build relationships and foster good relationships. How do you know when to really, ramp it up and start to put on this?
How do you know not to be a 16-year-old boy and try to close too soon?
Strick?
Seriously.
16-year-old boy and try not to,
That's a good way of.
That's a great line. I was just trying to think of something really funny, but that's so funny on its own. I couldn't even come up with something quickly.
No, but that's
the problem with most people that I've found. At least the newer agents that I work with, they think that that's just going to go so quickly, and they'll meet somebody, and then that person will like just fall in love with them and want to buy a house. I'm like, it's not actually how it works. There's this nurture process. And you need to actually show them value, and you need to keep showing them value for an extended period of time before you can ask them for the sale.
So in your particular case, it's not just falling in love with the house. It's got to be falling in love with the agent as well. Do you think that the buyer sees it that way though too?
Well, I don't know. Well, I guess I don't know how it works in DC. If buyers have their own agents, or if they just go straight to the listing agent.
Well, let's their own agents. I mean,
let's talk either way though. I mean, it's all a relationship thing. Somebody has to fall in love with something other than just the product, correct? Or is it just about the product?
The agent is the product. The agent is absolutely the product, because you have to think about it from the sales perspective. If you're selling your house, you might love your house, but you need to sell it and relocate, or you might hate your house or you might need to downsize or whatever. But you have to fall in love with the agent who's going to sell this home of yours. And you have to build that relationship.
And I think that really is what happens in any relationship with any salesperson, prospective buyer relationship. You can never just fall in love with the product or the service. It's always got to be about, unless you're just selling a commodity that people have to buy, like cable TV. God, I hate my fucking cable company. Anyway, like anything like that, people have to fall in love with, and maybe fall in love is the wrong word, but you have to build a relationship with somebody. And that was so out of left field. It was great. It was, what was it? The 16-year-old boy.
Don't be a 16-year-old boy and try to close too soon.
So explain what that means exactly.
Well, Strick, put on your earmuffs.
You can't put on my earmuffs. I'm not old enough to hear this.
No, because you've got 16-year-old daughters. And
I know.
This is what's going to happen is these boys or these young, eager salespeople are so excited. They're so excited. And they really, they want to be impressive and they want to do the right thing, but they also want to make the sale. So they get a little over eager. And that is, I'm sure all of Strick's girls are going to be repelled by these boys who just come on a little too strong. And most people are put off by salespeople that come off too strong. It's like, when you walk on the car lot and you are, they're looking like you're wearing a ham and you're
around your neck,
going like they're going to eat you. And you're going, oh my God, I just can't do this. And people, run away. Nobody likes that. And it doesn't work for anybody. Like I've never seen anyone be successful in just going after someone hardcore like that. I haven't seen anyone be successful, I guess, long term. Right. If you're doing if you have a transactional mindset and that's how you work and you don't care about building a relationship because you're just going to be on to the next prospect at some point, that's fine. But in real estate, it's really a lot easier to build a really good relationship and have those people send you their friends and family for years and years and years and then have repeat customers than it is to go try to hustle up new customers.
What do you say, Strick?
And I think the hard part is that really the only way to know if you're pushing too hard, too fast, it's experience. You have to do it over and over again. Now, Sonny, you can probably give me a couple of tips of things that you want to keep an eye out for that if you get this kind of feedback from your customer, or maybe if you're doing these things, you're probably pushing too hard and too fast. But the only way to know the right balance is experience, just doing it over and over again.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. But you can read, unless you're just just not paying attention, you can read body language, and body language will tell you really everything you need to know.
Well, and that's the hard part too.
People are back away.
Like specifically with real estate is a great one, because let's say you are a relatively new agent and you're still trying to get your head wrapped around all of the details and all the technical things that you need to do. And all of the things like, okay, I want to try to sell this person this house. And so, okay, what are the great features and how do I talk about them? And when you have to focus on all those things, it's hard to recognize the little subtle, the body feedback that you get because you're so focused on the stuff. Whereas when you are down the road, all of that comes second nature and you can pay attention to it more.
My dad used to tell me about this thing called the dummy curve. And I think part of the dummy curve was that when a true professional salesperson goes back to being a dummy on purpose, because when you're a dummy on purpose, you stop puking product. You stop just like, let me tell you all the great things about the 5% commission and the 2,500 square feet of space. And when you're talking about a house, you're talking about so many things like, hey, can you see yourself in this house? You're more the touchy feely things and less of the things that are like the mortgage company and the specs on the property and the home inspection and all of that
absolutely
stuff. I hate that. I hate when I have to deal with that. So the best guy, in my opinion, that really does a great job of selling homes is the ones that just kind of lets the potential buyer like walk through the house on their own, and he's there with them, but can't answer any questions because he doesn't know any of the worst person to deal with is the one that knows just enough information to be dangerous. You know what I mean?
Well, and the consumers have all the information at their fingertips now because everything's online.
Yeah.
Like they can find all of the information online. And so for when I'm working with our newer agents, I'm just saying, hey, be of value. Tell them things that they don't even know they need to know. Like if it's a first time buyer, what do they need to do to boost up their credit before they go apply for a home loan? What do they, what are some expenses that they're going to have out of pocket up front? Just start with the education process. And I'm encouraging them to do videos too, because then people can see their personality before they even pick up the phone to call.
That's a good idea.
And I think knowing your customer, that's the hard part too, because Sonny, you just hit on the head. If you've got first time buyers, there's so many little subtle things that they don't know. And, this is true of any industry, but Doug, you get the same thing when you're dealing with, let's say, a mom who is doing her first mitzvah, right? You deal with them a lot differently from somebody where you're on the third or fourth one, because you know that customer has been through this, all of the basic stuff they know already. But for the first time one, they don't know, and they probably do want you to puke a little bit more of that information so they can be helped by it, but you got to know which is which.
Yeah, you just have to know you have to know who your customer is. You have to know where you're pushing the line. We yesterday, Sunny, we had Dr. Karen on the show, and we were talking about
I love her.
Yeah, she's great, isn't she? We were talking about appropriate and inappropriate relationships, and it's interesting the dynamic between people, people that are experienced, people that aren't experienced, exactly what it takes to close a deal, exactly what it takes to build better relationships, the kind of stuff that we all need in order to really improve business, because it really is not. It's not a business of products and services. It's all a business of, I always tell everybody we're in the PR business, people and relationships.
Yeah.
Period. At the end, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are. And we have to build relationships. We have to be better about it. And I have all of the new agents. Well, and I actually encourage all of the agents to do this every once in a while. And it sounds kind of, they look at me like I'm hokey and retarded, but whatever, it's fine because it works.
I don't think you can say that word.
Hokey?
Pretty sure that's it.
They look at me. Okay, you can bleep that out. They look at me like I've got two heads because I have them actually build, like, who is your target client? And tell me who they are, what the age range demographic. Are they male or are they female? Are they married or single? Do they have kids? Where do they get their information? What do they like to read? What are their pain points and their big objections? What problems can we solve for them? And because everything that you do is we want to target the message to those people. Like if you don't want to work for first-time homebuyers, don't write stuff for first-time homebuyers.
Right. Strickland, Sunny knows her shit.
I would hope so. She's been doing it for a lot of years. I mean, she's running the whole team of 70 people over there.
Sonny, we appreciate you flying your freak flag. We really do.
Thanks.
You are so good at it. We are absolutely going to have you back very soon to the nice. What the hell's the name of this podcast?
The Nice Guys on Business. Last time I checked,
has it always been that?
Fair as I know.
We never changed the name.
No, I don't think so.
I know we've changed the promise statement time and time again.
Okay,
Yes,
well, we're done with that. It's one line now, and it's very easy, and I'm probably going to stop reading it at some point.
No, I like it. I like the one line.
We promise to be nice.
We promise to be nice, period, the end. Sunny, thank you again for a great episode. Thanks for being here, and we'll chat with you really soon.
All right, love you guys. Bye-bye.
Love you, Sonny.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to hang up.
It's all good stuff. And it's so, it's so important with any industry, any job, any widget that you're selling. It's come on. I mean, I don't know how much we can pound this out, but it is all about the relationships. And it really is about knowing who your customer is. And we're not talking about just specifically like the avatar of who your general customer is, but different customers that are buying the same product have different needs and different wants. Sometimes, I had this guy do a demo for us one time of a new soundboard, and he's rambling on and on about the church install and all this other stuff. And we're like, we're bands. Okay, I don't need all that crap. And it wasn't that he was too technical. It was that he's going off on these tangents and telling
he was
all
so
these features
proud
that we didn't care about.
Right. Most people are just so very proud of the things that they've done and the things that they've accomplished. And for the most part, they don't care. They just want to know if it's going to fit their needs.
True. So true.
Let me ask you, do we have another moment?
Of course. I think so. Well, I don't know. We're 32 minutes in. Maybe we ought
just give me
to
just
do this
another.
for tomorrow.
I'm just curious because I know when you're in Las Vegas, you don't get a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like what your nighttime sleep habits are. Like, do you have like we all have a process that we go through. Like, what do you do? I'm curious.
Like my regular ones or like my Las Vegas ones?
No, not your Vegas ones. Your normal ones, because I know in Vegas it's like it's no rules.
I am trying to get to bed earlier so I can get more sleep because, as I've talked about on past podcasts, I average 5.5, 6 hours a night of sleep. And, it's like, I really could use a little bit more than that, I think, but there are a couple things that I do. I go up to the bathroom. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to catch my breath here now. Not enough sleep here in Vegas. And, one of the things that I do before bed is, I brush my teeth and wash my face and I put some lotion on my face and all that crap. But I also do.
You lotion your face?
Yeah, just like regular lotion, like, moisturizer lotion. Not like expensive stuff. I buy, I think it's Jergens. No, it's like, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like.
No, I love my creams. I'm an Origins guy.
Yeah.
I love it. The ladies love when I come into the store. I'm like, I must be the only guy that walks into the store. She wants to load me up with samples and everything else. She's like, here comes Doug.
No, I go to the CVS and grab this big bottle. It's the same stuff every time, but it's like $11 for like a 16-ounce, 20-ounce bottle, or huge ass bottle.
Geez.
I mean, it lasts me months.
I'm pretty sure mine's like $30 for maybe an ounce.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I don't do that shit. But hey, that's why you do still look like you're 12. It's all good. Yeah,
nothing to do with my attitude at all.
Exactly.
So
one of the things that I do before bed is I've got some yoga stretches that I do before bed that I do every night before bed, and I think that's one of the things that helps me to fall asleep quickly, because I typically fall asleep very quickly, and it's the same exercises. And it's not just the fact that I do these stretches. I think the stretches probably help my body, but it's the habit and the routine, because your brain knows that, if I'm doing these stretches, it's bedtime.
Must be time to go to bed. Right.
Exactly. What do you do for your routine?
I, until about a year ago when I started meditating, I would just, at the end of the day, I would just get in bed, and I was finding that it was taking me a pretty long time to get to bed. And sometimes my brain would just keep, milling, and it would take a really long time. I could lay there for a half hour. Mm-hmm. I actually, since I started meditating 10 minutes at night, very similar to what you just said, your yoga thing, I think my body now realizes, now that I've been doing it just about a year, the next month will be a year, that it's time to shut down. And then the other thing that I do after I've done my meditation, I don't turn on my phone. I don't look at my computer. That is like the kiss of death.
Oh, it is. You can't
my brain
do that.
will just completely just get immersed in whatever information is on the computer or on my phone. So as soon as I'm done with my meditation, I don't even check my phone after that. It automatically goes to a black screen. I just plug my phone in, put it upside down, and then I try not to have any light in the room at all. I hate light. Are you okay with sleeping like when it's a little bit brighter?
Yeah, I definitely try to get it darker if we can. But yeah, a little bit of light is okay for me. Yeah.
Is your wife usually sleeping before you get in bed?
Yep. Almost always.
Almost always. Yeah. Same for me. I don't know. I'm okay with that. I just kind of like, I just like doing a couple of little deep breaths before I actually, and really, I bet 3 minutes I'm out.
Oh yeah. No, me too. Really quick. I fall asleep very quickly now. Absolutely. And that's been a big help, I think.
Hey, we didn't even talk about the nice guy, the Funkin' Fans shirt. Well, we haven't mentioned that in quite some time. Is it, I don't know.
I think it's totally cool. I mean, we haven't gotten, how much feedback have we gotten from our listeners to say if they like it or not?
We haven't gotten any feedback.
Well, we got to ask for it, I guess, right?
I guess so.
Go to niceshortcut.com if you have not signed up for our Facebook community yet. Or if you have, just go to the Facebook community and we'll have to post a link of the image and tell us what you like.
Or they could just go to niceguysonbusiness.com, that new bright landing page that I made for our entire podcast. They can go there. They can see the shirt. They can click on the links to get to past episodes. They can check out the promise statement. They can check out a little description of us. They can advertise with us right there. So just go to niceguysonbusiness.com and you can check out everything about it on one precise, compact page. How about that?
How great is that?
I think that should be the end of our episode right here. What do you think?
I think that's a good plan. So tomorrow we may or may not continue our discussion about relationships and try to keep our theme.
I got some great. Well, it will. I do have some relationship things to talk about, but they're going to be a little bit different. So you'll have to tune into tomorrow's show. We're gonna talk a little bit about birth control. Is that okay?
Well, I guess that has something to do with relationships. So sure, yeah, Doug, whatever you say.
Okay, so that'll be the teaser for tomorrow's episode. Nice Guy community, never underestimate the power of nice. Thanks, Sunny Lake, and thanks for Dr. Karen for being on yesterday. Thanks, Sunny, for being on today. Strickland, I need you to come home. Tired of you being in Las Vegas. It's time to come home.
Okay, I'll see what I can do about that.
Okay, Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Looks like they made it through another one. I don't know how they do it without falling asleep in the middle.